Provenance is one of the most magical aspects of coin collecting in my view. This is an 1100-year-old penny of King Edward of Wessex, which its own collecting history can be traced back to 1929, nearly 100 years ago. For almost 10% of the coin's life, it has been documented in collections, which I find truly fantastic. Provenance refers to the collecting history of a piece, or history of ownership. Tracing back a coin's provenance without documentation is usually an impossibility, save for pieces that are of sufficient rarity or quality, which can be, on occasion, matched to journal publications or previous auction catalogs. The ability of collectors to trace their coin's provenance has been greatly assisted by the internet and improving auction record databases, such as AC Search and Coin Archives. An example of this is the Vitalis denarius, which I was able to trace back to a sale in 2013, even though it was misattributed in the original sale catalog. Although not a super rare piece, it is still possible. Tracing a coin to a sale in 2013 is one thing, but finding a 100-year provenance without documentation is nigh impossible, which is why it is important for you when collecting to retain as much of the original documentation as possible, so future generations of collectors can enjoy your collection as much as you did. Back to this specific coin. So this is a penny of Edward the Elder, who was king of the Anglo-Saxons from 899 to 924 AD. Son of Alfred the Great, Edward formally unified Mercia and Wessex and continued the trajectory towards a unified England started by his father. This coin is the most common type of Edward, the legend Edward Rex or Edward King surrounding a small cross on the obverse, and then the moneier's name in 3 lines on the reverse. This specific coin was minted by the moneyer Regenwulf, which is also a more scarce moneyer for the type. Again, for most of this coin's life, we have no idea who handled the coin, what it may have been used to pay for, or where it was dropped and buried. But for almost the last century, we actually do know. Starting back in 1929, it was purchased from Glendinning & Co. in May in a sale titled Catalogue of Some Rare Anglo-Saxon Pennies Sold by Order of the Owner Residing Abroad. It was part of Lot 93. This coin was either directly purchased or shortly after purchased by Richard Cyril Lockett, a shipping magnate from Liverpool. Lockett assembled one of the most important collections of British as well as ancient coins during the early 20th century, and the collection was offered through a series of sales by Glendinning in the late 1950s into the beginning of the 1960s. The British Numismatic Society, starting this year, has begun to publish its collection documents online for viewing. Unfortunately, due to copyright, I cannot show the entry for this coin in the video, however I will link to it below. Additionally, if you have an interest in the rarer pieces of early Anglo-Saxon coinage, I would fully recommend checking out some of Glendinning's catalogs from the 1950s and 60s, which were part of the Lockett sale. The plates are a fantastic flip-through. Shortly after that sale, the coin found its way to the British coin dealer BACB, then on to Canada in the 1970s with the owner whom I purchased the piece from. The references for this Edward penny are Spink 1087 and North 649. The coin is valued at around $1,200 USD, although with the provenance attached, it's probably worth a little bit more. It doesn't make a difference to me. I'm not planning on selling. Thanks for watching. This is the second episode of a series on my British coin collection, which covers 500 years of British coinage. If you enjoyed the video, please check out my other videos on the page. I will have a playlist link below. This is Handling History, and I'm Theo.